everyone, it's scary time. Here we are at Blundell Park, and it's approaching Halloween night, and you can see Mighty Mariner has got the Grim Reaper with him, and I think Death's on the wing, but everybody getting the photographs taken. I don't know whether we've got a mascot out there tonight, but yes, we've got somebody out there, Alan Poughton, making sure that they Alan Poughton's frightened them off, and off they go. And we don't know who the mascot is tonight. There's nothing in the old programme to tell us, but I hope they're having a nice frightening time. Oh yeah, Martin just said, could be the best dressed scary person. So if it's the best dressed scary person, well done. And let's hope that Grimsby Town can put the frighteners on Burnley, because Burnley are tonight's visitors. And of course we went down to Wolverhampton at the weekend. Town lost 4-1. Burnley lost 3-0 at home against top of the table Portsmouth. So both teams got an awful lot to play for and to show what they can do. Let's give it the Burnley side first, shall we? In goal in is Marlon Beresford. Dean West is number 2. Number 5, Steve Davis is skipper. 23, Mark McGregor. 19, Lee Briscoe. 9, Gareth Taylor. 16, Ian Moore. 26, Arthur Ganere. 15 is Graham Branch. 27, Robbie Blake, who's always a handful. And 18, Paul Weller. Town kicking off. And I think the Town side is just about unchanged from the weekend, but there is one noticeable omission, and that is that George Santos is not with us any longer. We did not extend his loan period, and it looks like George Santos may now be on his way to pastures new. So in comes Stacey Caldecott in midfield. But let's give it a Town side in a moment. Just let Burnley progress there. Well in. Ball past Cabba. And smacked back by Burnley. Well, on the far side is Blake. Simon Ford now with the ball forward. Cabba trying to turn with it. He's under pressure. He's held off. The referee says no. He had his arm linked. Here's West. This is McGregor. Nicely touched on. Ford is across, and straight out it goes. Townside in goal is Danny Coyne. The back 4, Ian Ward, Simon Ford, Paul Raven and Tony Gallimore. The midfield will be Stuart Campbell, Alan Poughton, Stacey Caldecott and Darren Barnard, and up front Livo and Steve Cabba. In goes Caldecott, good challenge. Cabba looking for Livingston, needs support, runs into trouble. Poughton is there. Did well in the end, and Barnard did even better from the knockdown by Galley. All the way across now to Ward, Campbell. Town going backwards. Ford, quick ball snapped towards Cabba, taken well. Good turn. Oh, great play by Cabba and a great run by Ward. Early ball in is good. Very deep. In comes Poughton. Still going. Clips it in and away from the 6-yard area. I suspect Steve Davis, the skipper, was clearing that away. Barnard now. One to the edge of the area. Touched on by Livo. Cabba is there! Yes! 1-0! Steve Cabba. Beautifully left by Steve Livingston. He's there again. I reckon probably 4 minutes gone. We'll get a time check from Martin. 2.5 in actual fact. Well, nice piece of play by Town. The initial cross by Ward was a good one. Well, Steve Cabba in front of the pontoon stand. 5th goal of the season for the Mariners. Well, he's been playing out of his skin. He had a cracking game at Wolves. Scored a goal, all to no avail. Let's hope that this one tonight proves to be a little bit more eventful for us in terms of grabbing some points. Referee here tonight, Mr. Danson, by the way. Mr. Parry and Mr. Wilkinson on the lines. Great start for Grimsby, exactly what they wanted. Well, scoring goals in the second minute is getting to be a habit with us now. Livo again. Stacey Caldicott on the charge. Couldn't bring it under control. Well, Burnley, no time to settle at all for them. 2.5 minutes gone. Steve Cabba makes it Town 1, Burnley 0. Beresford had no chance. In well by Raven, who was being pulled around a little bit. I think Mr. Danson was trying to let play go there. Raven takes a free kick. This is Tony Gallimore. Barnard cuts inside. Gallimore outside of the boot. Completely miscued. Caldicott was in well. Livingston to Cabba, who shoved off the ball, trying to get in Campbell. Blake on the far side. Real handful, Robbie Blake. Foul for Town. Last year, of course, Town beat Burnley 3-1 in the run into the close of the season. Burnley were going for a playoff place, and I think in actual fact it was Town's result against them that stopped them getting into the playoffs. There's Livingston on the chest nicely. Bit of shoving there. He's looking for the layoff. Oh! Caldicott once again trying to push forward. Good break though by Burnley. Off they come again. Manizavale well left. Here's Davis, long range. Great effort. And that's what he does, Steve Davis. He'll come through deceptively from deep midfield. Burnley fans away there to our right hand side. Miserable old trip over the Pennines on a night like tonight. Seemed to be... Oh, I don't think there's an awful lot wrong with it. Looked as though the men lost it in the floodlights. The referee giving a free kick. Nicely met onto the penalty spot. There's men in there. Colt is one of them. Good header away, good distance. Not clear yet though. Blake. Ooh, he put too much on it. Try to get it back in. It will be a Burnley throw. Taken quickly. Briscoe trying to get the ball in. Comes wide. West won't catch it, or will he? No. Tony Gallimore. Raven away. Cabba bounced off his chest. Ooh, oh, I don't know. Don't know. Paul Weller was caught by Poughton. I don't think it was a foul. I thought Poughton took ball. I'm sure he did. I think Weller would have felt. Well, he'd have felt the challenge. There's no question about that. I don't think it was a foul. I think Burnley a little bit lucky to get the free kick. Nodded down well. Coyne was there. Gallimore now. Caldicott. Ooh. Given away badly. Goes back for some more. Can't win it. Weller. Briscoe goes left hand side. Picked off well in the end. Davis through the middle. Touches on. Ford is there. Livo can't reach, and it will be a Town throw. Gallimore will take. Livingston the target, can't reach it. Cabba does. Cabba seemed to have his legs hooked away from him. Grimsby Town throw. Ball well in by Barnard. Seemed to be knocked over. too convincing by the referee. It was right, the decision is right, but it was all rather deliberate. Gallimore and Barnard, I would think Barnard will try and put this one on a sixpence. And do we have a man injured? Looks like Town have Raven down. He was down on one knee. I don't know whether he's taken a nick on the head, has he, or something in the other. I think the referee, if he's got a cut, then he's got to go off. That's a ruling, and I think Paul Raven might have got a nick there somewhere. After I said to the referee, I've got to go. There's no real activity on the Town bench. My immediate reaction is he's probably bleeding, but the referee is going to the bench with him, and it looks like Town are making a change. Well, I don't know what's happened with Raven. He had a quiet word with the ref, and he made it clear to the ref that he's got to go. Yeah, playing with injury probably, and it's not done Town any favours, Paul Raven. Good refereeing in actual fact, he made sure that Raven got off. Here's Barnard, oh, great cross. Campbell is there. He wants somebody behind him. Still Campbell. This is a good little piece of work by Stuart Campbell. Still going. There's a layoff to Cabra, who's come to support him. Only Caldicott really there. Cabra goes back for some more. Caldicott was... Oh, I don't think so. Linesman claims a foul is the other way, and Town look to make the first change of the evening. Men on the bench for Town are Alloway, of course, for between the sticks. Terry Cook, Wes Parker, young man who has been playing in the reserves, Darren Mansaram and Johnny Rowan. So Terry Cook comes on. Well, what do we do here? I presume Barnard will go to left back, and Galley goes into the middle, does he? We'll find out in a moment. Well, there was Galley. He misjudged that one, but he does play well at centre half. Free kick given. Well, we know what happened at the weekend with Dennis Irwin. This is almost a replica situation for Burnley. Steve Davis, I would have thought, would have been the man likely to. Blake is there though, of course. Yeah, Blake's quite handy from this. We'll find out in a moment. No, Blake's leaving it. It's going to be one for Davis, I think. Well, let's see. Can Town do differently than they did at the weekend against Wolves? Don't have to. Blasted over the top, thankfully. The scoreline is still Town 1, Burnley 0. So the adjustment will be, let's have a look, Raven has gone off. Cook comes on. Cook will go into midfield. And Campbell will come over to the left side to take Barnard's position. Barnard will go to left back. Galley goes into the middle. Despite all those changes, that will not be as drastic as it might seem. Barnard certainly is well accustomed to dropping in at left back. Town throw, and Galley equally well equipped to go to centre half. He's been there on the odd occasion in the past, and he'll do a good job. So Cook will go orthodox right wing, that's where he plays, and Campbell getting in there. Didn't see a great deal wrong with it. I think it certainly wasn't his head. He probably got caught by an arm or yeah, he got his own shoulder caught, I think. Might have been making sure he got the free kick, who knows. Taken now, Barnard. It's a good looking one towards Livo. Just a little bit too much on it. Beresford, straight back. Flat one and not a good one. Barnard's throw. In comes Poughton, and well, you don't want to mess about here. About 10 people diving for cover down below us in the lower Smith stand. Westwood the throw. Yeah, backing in, and I don't think Gareth Taylor thought an awful lot to it. Having a word with the ref. Barnard. This time looking for Cabba. And Campbell picking it up. That's into the space for Cabba. Can he reach it before Beresford? Almost. Taylor trying to get it past Ward, off the chest. Should be Campbell's ball, should be Coyne's ball, should I say. Ford coming across as well. Towards Livo. Norrie was over him. Throw taken quickly and well to Livo. Needs to lay off, which is done, and well, not with it at all so far, Steve Livingston, I'm afraid, although he did make the goal. Doing well to block the clearance. Away by Beresford, not that convincingly. Oh, well up. Gallimore, who's pulled around somewhat. Oh, no way! Martin seeming to think that Gally might have been hanging on to his man, but free to kick is taken. It's a good looking one. Simon Ford was there. Might come back to Bristow yet. It does do. Cook flicks one down the line. Cabba's on the chase. Ooh, good defending in the end. Just got a toe to it. Davis away and out. Apologies to all at Burnley for my pronunciation of the lad at the back. Big number 26, Arthur. Well, Gnohere. I mean, it's, I suppose, to look at it, you've got to say it's pronounced no here, but then people like Stacey Caldicott might take exception to that. So, Norrie, I'm afraid, is how we're going to do it, and apologies before we even go any further on it. Town throw. Pelton, under pressure, turned away well, and that could be a good ball, not quite. Town pick it up again, no. Caldicott, now Cook, almost one for Cabba. Back they come. Oh, Ford did exceptionally well. Good defending by Simon Ford, and here's young Ian Ward. No way through that time. Briscoe. Briscoe again picking it up. Very strong. Caldicott can't get to him. Burnley throw. Davis. Norrie. Across here to McGregor. Plenty of time for him. Brings in West. Good ball. Needs touching. Ford was there. The man coming in around the back there, presume it was Taylor again. Oh, I think no, it's probably Moore, was it? Oh, well on by Livo. Cabba's away again. Great effort. Great effort. He actually hit that better than he did the one at Wolves at the weekend. Shaved the far post, but a beautiful flick on by Steve Livingston. Simon Ford is in. Pelton straight into the challenger Davis. Be a Town throw if it goes. Barnard will take. Load of pushing and barging down the line. Strange throw. Weller. Yes, foul by Campbell. He barged into him. Paul Weller's been around a few seasons now. He's a good, strong, competitive midfield player. Dean West. Well, flag was up very early and very suspiciously to me. Don't think Robbie Blake could quite believe it. Free kick is taken quickly though. Danny Coyne and, well, straight to Noe. Hustle and bustle on the far side. Stacey Caldicott going to ground but breaking up the move. Norrie. Now that's going to be interesting. There's 3 men up there for Burnley. 4-5 now. Well, the talk was they were going to play an orthodox 4-3-3 Burnley. It looks like that is the case. And back they come again. Davies. Oh, there's space given away there. Well, in the end, Simon Ford did very, very well. He was asking for the free kick for offside. He wasn't going to get it. And Gareth Taylor almost making Town pay for that. We stood off a little bit. Livo. Here's Taylor. Well in by Campbell this time. Good play here by Barnard. Nicely done. Campbell needs to get rid. Barnard. Oh, bad ball by Barnard. Blake is on his way, surrounded by 3 Town players. Still Blake being forced backwards, but he's got space for West. Ball comes in, nodded down and in. I think it was Taylor who got the final touch, but I'm afraid it all came about from the misplaced pass by Barnard. Blake went on his way. The cross came in from West, and it was Gareth Taylor who finally poked the ball over the line. And I reckon we're halfway through this first half. About 22 minutes gone. Well, not the way we wanted to see an equaliser come about. Danny Coyne spoons one. In well by Poughton. So 1 apiece. Cabber on his way, but it's a one-man journey up there. West with the throw. Taylor, the goal scorer, being fouled. And I think the referee, Stuart Campbell, has given away a succession of fouls. He's just going to have to keep his wits about him. The referee's not looking at him too much. West with a free kick. Slams the ball far side. Finds its way through. Blake is there. Forward away and out. Yes, unfortunately the initial mistake by Barnard caught the defence out. Having said that, the ball has still had to go down the right wing before it was knocked back and then knocked in, but we were certainly caught flat-footed by it. Flag is up. Foul is given, or the offside is given. Linesman on this side is very keen. I think the linesman's given it for offside. That's what the linesman's given it for. He's very eager with a flag. Danny Coyne. Taylor. Good turn. Left hand side's available. Bad ball played behind his man there, really. Well, Branch trying to get the ball forward. Nicely off. Caldicott is there. Nope. Almost losing out. Poughton clears up for him. Ward away. Steve Livingston needs a call. Gets the throw instead. Stacey Caldicott clips one up. Unfortunately to no one. Poughton. Ooh! My goodness, that was close. The referee allowing play to go on. Marlon Beresford. Good touch. And well away. Comes straight back, that is offside. No, not given. Thought the man had come back a tad. Ward. Cook, in actual fact, I think it was Cabba with a little shove. He was shoving the man out the way because he was going to clip his heels if he didn't give him a push. That's what he was doing. I don't think it's a deliberate foul. I'm going to push you in the back to knock you over. It was a case of get out the way because I'm bearing down on you. Despite all that, it is a free kick, of course. Laid off. Well, it's past two. Caldicott doing well. Doing great in the end. Finds Cabba. There's a layoff. This will be Cook. Back towards Cabba. Left hand side's the obvious choice. That's where he goes, and Cabba was taken late. Campbell straight into the challenge of West. Gally now has to make sure. And he does, or does he? Good slide in. And Danny Coyne didn't take his eye off it. Steve Livingston trying to get forward. Thought he was held off. Caldicott. The game going past everybody at the moment. And the linesman wasn't flagging then. He missed a... Late challenge in midfield, which is going to give Grimsby a free kick. Oh, poor ball. Cabba trying to get in there, does do, and taking over. Still Cabba being strong. Campbell lays off. Barnard, only a couple of targets in the middle. One is Livo. Livo comes in, and it's in! Great downward header by Steve Livingston. The lead's restored. Great ball in by Barnard. Livo, well, there'll be nobody more pleased than Steve Livingston. Always there or thereabouts. Good play by Town. Great ball into the back post. Livo used his strength, got in there, and the header had enough power on it and certainly the direction to go wide of Marlon Beresford. Town 2, Burnley 1. I reckon 27 minutes played. Town get the lead back. Barnard with the throw to Poughton. Slides one down towards Campbell. Under pressure. Burnley win it. Gallimore once again has to make sure. More like it this time. Danny Coyne drives it low and hard. Cabba's there. Ooh, he wanted the flick on it. Flag was up. Beresford will take the free kick. To the edge of the area, the flag is up again. Referee acknowledges it. And, well, I wondered what he was doing for a minute. I thought he was playing on. Danny Coyne will take the free kick. Hit towards Livo. Barnard will have to back off. In comes Poughton. That's what Poughton's got to do in midfield. McGregor's ball. Cook was there, but he couldn't guide it past Steve Davis. Well, they're off again. Nice looking ball into the near post. Turn is on. Great goal. Couldn't stay with him. I've got a feeling it's Ian Moore. Turned on a sixpence. Great finish. And it was Ian Moore, Ronnie's lad. And that was a great piece of finishing. It was a good ball into the near post, and he turned on it. Well, you couldn't turn any tighter than that. And I think it was 40 that he got around, and the finish was lethal. We reckon that was on the half-hour mark. Town still going. Here comes Cook. Here's Cabba. Yes! Well, it's all happening here. Well, scary stuff. 3-2. Steve Cabba. We reckon 45 seconds after the Burnley equaliser. Well, Burnley equalise with Davis after 30 minutes. Town go 3-2 in front after 31. What can you say? You're getting your money's worth. West with the ball forward. Offside there. Oh, it had to be. Ooh. The linesman, I don't think, was up with play. Good clearance. And Cabba's on a hat-trick. And we're only half an hour through the game. Well, we're getting a breath back here. Here's Poughton. Good looking ball, needs to be chased. Too much on it though, and Beresford collects. Well, 1-0 to Town, then 1 apiece. 2-1 to Town, then 2 apiece. And then, would you believe it, within 45 seconds, Town get the lead back. The scoreline is Grimsby Town 3, Burnley 2. Long range effort, great effort. Clawed away by Danny Coyne. He'll have to backpedal. Well in. Steve Livingston, he won't reach it, but he's going to make Burnley go backwards. Weller, McGregor, all the way back. Good play that by Livo in the end, and good play by Campbell as well. Long ball towards the Burnley front line. Referee has blown the whistle for backing in, if not shirt holding, and I think it's shirt holding is indicating. So, Danny Coyne. Towards Livo. Standing his ground, it comes back to Livo, just taken away from him. Blake now with the turn. Ward has to stay close. Blake under pressure now. Ball is out, it's a Burnley throw. All given away. This is Cook. There's Cabba on the run again. Nobody is close with him though, he's got a lot of work to do himself. Cabba comes inside, he's looking for the layoff. Poughton tried to leave it. A little bit slow to respond to the ball. Moore. Blake takes over. Norrie. Well, all action stuff. Long ball by McGregor. Town win it. Poughton trying to get in. Caldicott can't find the man to pass the ball to, though. Goes back to Beresford. Livo chasing him down. Foul by Tony Gallimore, we suspect. The referee is certainly up with play, there's no question about that. Here's McGregor. In they come again, it's a nasty looking one. Danny Coyne, the defence leaving it to him. Coyne away. Coyne, Caldicott up from that ball from Coyne that went straight through the middle and back again. We reckon 35 minutes played. We're into the last 10 minutes of the half. Cabba, great turn. Can't keep on his feet. And he's still going. And the ball still comes in. Terry Cook, got to be yes, it's going to be 4. Campbell with a final touch. Great piece of work by Terry Cook. Well, this is hard to believe after what's gone on most of this season. Scoreline is 4-2. Been playing well of late as Stuart Campbell. He gets a 4th goal. Well, this is great stuff. Branch's ball forward. Caldicott up. Well, it'd be nice to have a 2-0 lead at half-time or a... Oh, let's just have a look here. A 2-goal lead, should I say, at half-time. Poughton away. Cabba. Still Cabba. Great play. This is Cook. Oh, no way through. Picked off by Weller. But Town are looking electric at the moment. West and Burnley aren't... and no slouches. Good ball in. Nobody attacking it at the near post. Well, Paul Groves and Graham Roger won't quite know what's going on, I'm sure, and Stan Turnant certainly won't know what's going on. Here's Cabba. Good turn. He wanted a man wide. Poughton is there. Good play in the end by Poughton. Gallimore looking for the big switch. That's a great ball by Gally. Cookie is there. There's a ball in. It wasn't a particularly good one. He was hoping somebody was going to attack it near post. Two men going across. Ford takes over. Good play in the end by Simon Ford. He'd made his mind up. Burnley about to make a change. Livingston. Nicely done by Livo, but he can't find anybody that far forward. Ford is there. Nicely off to Barnard. He has Campbell available inside him. And Tony Gallimore deep. Gallimore. Livo makes a move. Back to Barnard. Towards Steve Livingston. That's a good ball in the end by Barnard. It's going to need to be chased. And in the end, McGregor couldn't mess about. Had to send the ball into touch. Town throw. Barnard will take it. Cabra is in the middle. Cabra is on a hat-trick, 2 goals. Here he is again. There's a layoff. Alan Poughton. Good ball. Early ball to Barnard. Skips past West. Barnard's ball is deep, and too deep, is it? No. Cook hammers it in. Beresford. Barnard again. Blasted in. Caldicott scuffs it in. Now Campbell Square, Alan Poughton is going to try one as he knows. He's going to have to lay off. Ian Ward, great pressure by Town. Ward again, Caldicott. Given away, Briscoe. Well in by Gallimore, but he couldn't direct the header. Great little piece of work by Poughton. He can't quite break it up. Man free at the back post for Burnley if he's spotted. Blake goes alone. Once again, Poughton is in. This is good covering work by Alan Poughton. He got the one challenge in on the halfway line. He got another one in on the edge of his 6-yard box. That's what his job is tonight. Captain in midfield and captain of the club, of course, at the moment. So Alan Moore comes on. Ganohe or Nore is off. Burnley, though, still looking to try and get something out of this. 2 goals down, it's a scoreline. Town 4, Burnley 2. We haven't reached half-time. Down to the byline. The ball is not out. Oh, no way through there. That was West joining in the attack. Into the last 5 minutes of the half. Scoreline that's hard to believe. I honestly can't remember the last time we had 6 goals scored in a half here at Blundell Park. I don't think I can remember the last time Town scored 4 in a half. Must have been a long time ago. Danny Coyne with a goal kick. Ball is out, that's a Town throw. Well, can Town make it 5 before half time? Surely asking too much. 4 minutes and a half left. Straight through the middle. We need a lot of call in here. It's good play in the end by Galley. Oh, no way! Well, I'm dead in line with that. Didn't think it was. No real complaints by Town. Martin on camera thinking that 3 Town players were standing offside. The ball deceives you. It's a looped up and under by the time you come back down from looking at the ball to looking at the players. Of course, the linesman is looking for it all the time. No real complaint by the Town players, you've got to say. Well, Burnley must have been doing their own shuffling now, I'm sure. Nicely touched on. Danny Coyne is there. 3 minutes and a half left. There'll be very little added time, I'm sure. Cabba. Off the chest. Steve Livingston. Cook. Looking to spread it. Bad ball. All the way back to Beresford. Terry Cook will get into this game, I'm absolutely sure of that. Up goes Poughton. Let's face it, he hasn't been part of the setup for the last couple of weeks or so. Alan Poughton, great skill. The referee just seeing if the foul could be allowed to go. In the end, he gives Town the benefit. Just has a quiet word with Alan Poughton. I'm sure he's telling him what he's done and why he's done it. Yes, Terry Cook has been out of the action for a while, and very nippy winger, dangerous man to have in your side. 2 minutes and a half to go, and I'm sure that Terry Cook will be playing a part in this game before it finishes. Ball hit towards Livo, seemed to be backing into his man. Caldicott beaten in the jump. Simon Ford coming forward. Ball blasted out into touch, and that's a Town throw. Knocked forward and knocked out. Flicked on down the line. Well in. I think that was Campbell. Oh, Danny Coyne didn't need to hurry it. West. McGregor Caldicott is there. Lob ball forward, it's a nasty one. Late flag, acknowledged by the referee. Into the last minute of normal play. Looks as though the fourth official is about to tell us there's going to be 2 added minutes, which for me is probably a minute longer than it should be. Nicely on by Livo. Cabba trying to turn. Cabba is away. Cabba goes for goal. And he was being pulled back. Beresford straight through the middle. Ford was underneath it. Didn't take his eye off it. Town standing off a little bit. Back line is good though. Burnley trying to work a way through. Caldicott with a good block. Needs to get some more on it. Caldicott follows his man. Oh, mess up with Barnard, and Caldicott has to get it away. And I think Stacey Caldicott saying there that Barnard should have just hammered that ball out. And I think you've got to say that would be the case. Time is now up, but 2 minutes of added time had to be played. Low one to the edge of the area. Nicely in by Poughton. He's had a sterling first half, taken rather late. Danny Coyne will take the free kick, and I think Paul Groves on the far side there just saying, don't mess about, just take it easy, let's get this ball forward. And we want to certainly go into the half-time with a 2-goal lead. That would be absolutely fine, but the way it's come about has been something dramatic. West underneath it. Campbell, nicely done by him. Barnard lobs one forward. Cabba now. Cabba might have other ideas. Not that way though. Control let him down. Burnley come back. On the far side, that should be Branch. Briscoe goes outside him. We have played 1 minute of the added 2. Well in by Livo, but it falls very nicely for Burnley. In comes Simon Ford. Ooh, through everyone. I reckon by the time Danny Coyne gets his ball and knocks it up into the air, the referee will be looking to blow his whistle. As Peter's just said, who's doing the facts and figures for us. 45 minutes, no corner. Danny Coyne again. He hasn't got his kicking boots on tonight, Danny Coyne. We reckon that time is now being played out. That's the added 2 minutes we're talking about, and it looks like the referee's going to blow any second now. Ball is still up in the air, and he hasn't blown as yet. There's a chance here for Burnley. And they've made it 4-3. I don't know where he's got the added time from.
And the scorer of Burnley's third goal, the 27th, Robbie Blake.
Into the 3rd minute of added time. The linesman, the 4th official, has only given 2, and we're still playing. And I don't think Town will be very happy with that. Robbie Blake gets a 3rd Burnley goal. But what should have been a 2-goal cushion for half-time, well, not happy with the time that's been added on by the fourth official. And Beresford is having a look at this in the halfway on the centre circle. Beresford having a real go at the officials, so he's not happy about something. Well, 7 goals. It's Town 4, Burnley 3. We better start showing you some action. Town got themselves into a 1-0 lead, pulled back to 1-1, 2-1 lead, pulled back to 2-2. We then went 4-2 up. But a 3rd goal, as I keep harping on, has taken the shine off it a little bit. We reckon played Well, 2 minutes of added time was shown by the fourth official. But we reckon in actual fact, basically 2.5 minutes have been played, but it's 2 minutes 18 seconds played when the third Burnley ball went into the back. Third Burnley goal went into the back of the net. Ward away. Looking for the early ball to Cabba. Straight back, Coyne's ball. The debate from me, of course, is that if the fourth official signs that it's 2 minutes added time, which he does from the referee's instruction, the referee tells him there's 2 minutes, the fourth official holds up the board to say 2 minutes, should then the fourth official not probably be in charge of the whistle to blow for time? Because Town certainly conceded a goal after the 2 minutes had been played. Here come Burnley again. Nice cross. Oh, it's been left. The flag was up, but my goodness, I don't think the Town defence were aware of it. Absolutely left. Back we come. Whoa. No, it's not a back pass in a million years. Ian Ward picked off by Weller and in turn by Ford. Caldicott under pressure. Ian Ward makes it easy for Danny Coyne. That's more like it from Coyne. Cabba up. Left by Poughton. Caldicott picks it up. Easy one off. Barnard. Looking for the man through the middle, which is Livo. Always over him. Taylor back into midfield. All the way back to Briscoe. To Ward. Nice turn by Cook. Straight into trouble. I don't think it was a foul. We're not going to argue. I thought Cookie went over the challenge. Poughton will take. Poughton in actual fact leaves it for Gallimore. Of course, with his left peg, Gally should be able to deliver this quite well. That's exactly what he does. It's knocked away though. Poughton on the edge of the area is looking for the looping one. Needed to be back another 3 or 4 yards for that to have really troubled Beresford. Gallimore coming in on his man. McGregor sends it back to his keeper. Good clearance by Beresford. Cook was underneath it. Nobody really available. Briscoe. Oh, I think the ball bounced up toward. He certainly controlled it with the arm. I wouldn't have liked to have seen the result of it if it had been in the penalty area. Here's Briscoe. Briscoe has gone in at left back now. Nicely delivered free kick. Ford was there though. Weller on the far side. Or probably not Weller. I think it's Robbie Blake in actual fact. Nice feet. Ooh, good turn. Caldicott's been left. Oh, look at the ball in. 4 apiece. Town torn apart. Gareth Taylor with his second of the night. Poor defending. Stacey Caldicott got left behind, but the ball was then placed into the middle and the marking had gone missing. Well, we said at half-time there's no way in a million years this game was going to stay without goals in the second half. Town 4, Burnley 4. Ward. Caldicott. Ford. Briscoe. All the way back. Oh, good touch on. Danny Coyne is there. I reckon probably only 5 minutes into the second half when that ball went into the net. Not even that. 4. Here's Barnard. Alan Poughton. Alan Poughton driving forward. He's had a good first half. Good layoff. Campbell's ball in. It's a nasty looking one. Beresford takes it off the head of his own defender. Good throw out. Early throw out. This is Weller, is it? No. Whoa. Good skill. Across comes Caldecott. Ball is still there. Caldecott can't get it away. It was Alan Moore, in actual fact, who was coming down this side. Alan Moore, of course, who came on. Now Briscoe. Briscoe again. Hitting the line, but can't get the ball in. Barnard has come over this side. Good looking clearance, only gets distance. Ford is there. Good layoff. This is Moore. Drifts one in. Well up by Galley. It's going to come back by Davis. Ball is out for a goal kick. Somebody left on the ground. I don't like the look of what's going on there in the back of the defence. It's I think it's Barnard who's down, is it? Barnard's the man who's down, but the referee wasn't awake to what was going on. He wasn't awake at the end of the first half playing out time. Having said that, you've probably got to say that two defences haven't been awake much in this game because it's a 4-4 scoreline. Alan Poughton issuing instructions to people at the back there. Young Simon Ford and Tony Gallimore. I dread to think what added time he's going to add on for the second half. Barnard is up. I think he must have got a whack. I don't think there's anything deliberate there. Well, what's he after now? Is he telling Barnard he's got to go off to come back on again or something? I don't think the referee's quite with it. No idea what's gone on there. I can only assume that's something that the referee and the players know about between themselves. Good sandwich there. Alan Poughton. It's an up and under. Cabba's underneath it. Out jumped. Poughton again picking up the loose one. Trying to get the ball off. He's got it off to Cabba as well. Cabba now needs support. Ooh! Hefty looking challenge. Oh dear! Not a good challenge. The referee's saying there's nothing the matter with it. Throw taken. Ball will come in now. It's low to the near post. Livo turns well. The ball gets away from him. He clips it up. He's asking for handball, and he's got it. Well, I don't think the Burnley players can quite believe it, to be fair. I thought it was ball to hand. Definitely ball to hand. I think the man who's deemed to have handled it will be McGregor, but I think that was ball to hand. Poughton will take the kick. Well, is it going to be 5-4? I don't look. 4 apiece as we stand. 5-4. That's the way to take a penalty. Alan Poughton gets himself on the score sheet. Alan Poughton from the penalty spot. I think I'm right in saying now he's 7 minutes into the half, Martin. 9 minutes into the second half. Town 5, Burnley 4. This is Alan Moore. Briscoe's ball. Look at the swing on this. Needs dealing with. Burnley still there. Back it comes again. Ian Ward should be able to leave it. Coyne takes over. Danny Coyne. Livingston got a good touch. Didn't know where it had gone. Campbell to pick it up. Wide on the left. He's going to want this back from Cabba, and he gets it back. Campbell, great ball in. Beresford almost falling into his own net with it. Barnard is there. Barnard hooks it straight back. 2 Town men offside. Caldicott. Half a touch. Cook picking it up. There's the ball for Cabba. Beresford should be first. Straight out by Briscoe. Ian Ward with the throw. Livingston got the touch on, but nobody to collect. Across came Gallimore, couldn't get to it. Danny Coyne away. Cabba comes to the wing. Can't collect. He's going to make Briscoe play. Needs to chase him down now. Caldicott. Good header. Livo couldn't get in on it. Houghton. Great play by the skipper. Barnard's ball asking a lot. Beresford. Ford. Bounce of the ball, beat him as much as anything. Gonna fall nicely for Steve Cabba. 2 men around him. He's got past one, he needs to get past the other. He's still going. Oh, he ran into the challenge. Ooh, Ford just got a touch. Barnard can turn. That's what he's being told. Darren Barnard forward. Steve Livingston. Town throw on the halfway line. Gallimore drives it, finds Cook. Cook's got the right wing available, and he brings in the young Ian Ward. Nice ball back for Cook. Ward stays in support. Cook will send the ball in. Good looking cross, but it was met by Bristow, who stopped it getting any more than a couple of yards. Ian Ward will take the throw. And he'll get it back. Ian Ward, past the man, great, oh, tough play by Ward. He just wanted a bit more swing on that ball. Got away from the challenge well. Tussle there. Long range effort. More with it. Hardly necessary, really. quite get through yet. Campbell trying to get behind the defence. Knock back. Good ball. Driven to this side. Alan Moore. Now Briscoe. Weller. Oh, good toe in. Campbell just breaking it up. Here's Cook. He's got the run out of Cabba. Steve Cabba still going. Still going. Great play by Cabba. If he finishes, it'll be a miracle. Almost number 6. Great piece of work by Cabba. Doesn't look as though there's an awful lot on him, but you know he's as strong as an ox. Very hard to shrug off the ball. Foul given away by Simon Ford. Pontoon stand chanting, sign him up, and well, I think you've got to make every effort to make sure this fella stays on the books, because he could do for us this season what Michael Boulding was doing last. Ooh, climbing surely. No flag and no whistle. Coin away. Caldicott. Steve Livingston. All the way back to Ward. Still Ian Ward. Back to Livo. Needs to be able to lay it off. Cook. Be a Town throw. Good break made by Stacey Caldicott there. We could have another change on the far side by the look of things. Burnley looking to make another change. Glenn Little is coming on. And it is Ian Moore who goes off. Ian Moore, of course, who scored in the first half. So Ian Moore goes off, Glenn Little comes on. And I think Ian Moore doesn't look too happy with it. I think he probably fancied his chances of getting on the score sheet. Ward, Stacey Caldicott. Ward again, lobs one, hopefully forward. Caldicott again, can't reach it. Ford just has to stand off a little bit. Well picked off by Campbell. Good long ball. Gallimore was there. Stacey Caldicott. Nice little ball to Cook. Cook to go. Oh, he played it behind Livo. I think it was meant for Steve Livingston. Just didn't really look up. Alan Moore. Briscoe. Laid back. Laid back rather firmly. Briscoe again. This is Weller below us. Stacey Caldicott chasing him down. Ford is underneath it. So is Ward. Comes to Alan Moore. Going to be a real handful for Wardy. Moore again. Past challenge, half past the challenge. Great challenge in the end and a goal kick, would you believe? Terry Cook. Got it back off the shins and good play by Cookie. Danny Coyne. Blasts it through the middle. Steve Livingston can't get to it. Feet seem to be up by Campbell. Free kick taken. West on the far side. Ooh. Campbell just a pace away from it. Back they come, look at the left hand side. Left completely free, Moore. Nasty one to the near post. Bodies going in all directions. Briscoe back in. Barnard scoops it away. Corner kick. And I think I'm right in saying that is the first corner of the evening. Taken quickly, no marking. In it comes and over the top. Well, I think what Tony Gallimore did there was on sight as much as anything. because the end result is a goal kick. And is that big Steve Davis who had come forward? I think it was. And we're 21 minutes into this second half. Scoreline: Town 5, Burnley 4. On by Livingston. Over Cook. Moore now gets it back. West. West again. There's a little touch off. Playing good football, Burnley, no question about that. Backing in, not given by the referee. There's a toe end off. Cook needs to make sure. Oh, doesn't need to play football there. Stacey Caldicott, lovely little ball to him, and off goes Cabba. This is going to be interesting. Left the ball behind. Could still be interesting. He's only got Livingston in front of him. The route to him was taken away. Town are still there. In it comes now. Low cross. Wasn't a particularly good one. Well in by Poughton. I don't think it was a foul. Free kick taken. Ward is there. Nicely seen by young Ian Ward. And Cook makes it easy, not only for Coyne but for Town. Coyne starts things off again. Good touch on by Livingston. No follow-up. Ford is there. Taylor makes it hard for him. Ball comes back and Danny Coyne will collect again. Danny Coyne taking his time. Briscoe. Ford is there. Ooh, let the ball get away. Poughton is in. Great challenge by the skipper. And Ford again making amends. Livo off to Cook. Good fighting spirit here by Town. And we need all that spirit. Here's Cook. Now Gallimore. Barnard. Town just taking the pressure off a little bit. Barnard was one through to Livingston. Livo trying to turn round his man. Pace of the ball just picking up as it hit the deck. Nice work by Burnley. Man on the far side is Glenn Little. Oh, look at this ball through the middle. He's there again. Still there. Off the line. It's still in there. Coyne takes a big swipe. And Caldicott away. You cannot believe this. Second corner of the night. It had to go in, and it didn't. Well, a short corner is snubbed this time. In it comes. Header is there and over the top. Well, how come they didn't make it 5 apiece? Danny Coyne. Livo underneath it. Briscoe off his head and it's a Town throw. We think the time is right for young Darren Manseran to be on. Whether Paul and Graham Roger think the same, I don't know. Here's Ward. Towards Livo. Ooh, away from Cabba. Is it going to fall for us yet? No, hammered away. Alan Poughton. Good play. Gallimore. He's looking to pick somebody out, and that man is Cabba. Good run by Cabba and good defending. Town not attacking it in midfield. Steve Davis gets it away. Briscoe. All the way back to Beresford. We reckon 20 minutes and a half left. Taylor. Not much in it, but the referee was on the spot. Little. Back inside, Weller. Oh, given away. Barnard is in. Gives it away himself. Poughton. It was actually Campbell. This is Barnard. Too much on it. Cabba's got a second bite. Falls for Campbell. It was Campbell earlier on. Now Campbell still going. Back to Barnard. Poughton is available inside and Caldicott in turn. Good ball by Poughton to Cabba. There's a layoff for Caldicott. Long range back for Cabba. Oh, just off his foot. Great ball back by Caldicott. Good work by Stacey Caldicott there. He kept the ball moving, put it on a plate almost for Cabba. Just a stride away from him. Darren Barnard will take the corner kick. Well, can Town get 6? Who's in there? I'm looking to see who's in there. Cabba's in there. Ford must be forward somewhere. He is, and that's Ford! And it's in! It's number 6, and it's Simon Ford! Well, I was looking for him, and the Burnley defence weren't. Oh, this is unbelievable stuff, and Simon Ford opens his account for the season. Town 6, Burnley 4. Well, Simon Ford, good for him. Tremendous talent, Simon Ford. And I thought to myself when I was looking to see Barnard taking the corner, I said, Simon Ford's got to be in there somewhere. Well, he was, and he proved his point as well. It's not away yet. Ford has to send it all the way back. Beresford. Only half away. Cabba is there. He doesn't know where the ball's gone. And here's Simon Ford at the other end. And that's fair enough. Throw taken, rather unorthodox, but Briscoe will get the ball into the middle. Needs to be away now. Tony Gallimore, good play by him. He hasn't really got anybody to aim at. He's had to hit it into the space. Well, 40 beaten in the jump that time. Outside the area, Stacey Caldicott is getting into it. He needs to get into it again. It's still falling for Burnley. Little's ball in, very deep. Only half away to the edge of the area. Chance for them here. Poughton tries to get in, and it's hammered away. Steve Livingston chasing the ball out to the wing. Briscoe sends it straight back. Cook, he finds Caldicott, who in turn gets it to Cabba. Cabba might go on a run. He is going to go on a run. He's still going. There's the ball off Steve Livingston and offside on Livo. Looks like Burnley are about to make their third and final change of the evening, and they are. And it appears that Mark McGregor is going off, and coming on is Dimi Papadopoulos. Well, McGregor, of course, was an orthodox defender. And, you know, the Burnley system is basically now going to be 3-3-4, I think. Ford away. And even more so, this is where I think we should see Livo, let's face it, he's only just coming back from injury himself. He's run himself into the ground tonight, and he's done a great job, and he's still doing a great job. But I think the young legs of Mansaram might be more beneficial. But here goes Livo to prove me wrong. Beresford away. Nicely done in the end. Branch. Still Branch. Straight through the middle. It's Route 1 stuff, but it's doing its job. Oh, great effort. What a shot and a half. I wouldn't have liked to have been in the way of it. Robbie Blake, I think it was, with the effort. Well, he might be Wales number 1. He's let in 4 goals tonight, but he's still on the winning side at the moment, I'm glad to say. So, I don't know how Danny Coyne will look on this as a performance. He's not a daft lad, and I think he'll look on this as the fact that it's a team game. Here goes Cook. Great play by Terry Cook. Just couldn't quite squirt it inside for Livo. Here's Poughton. Great challenge by him. Cabba is there. Cabba turns, goes for the bend. Just past the angle. You can't believe it. Well, Alan Poughton wants a corner kick. You know, I think he had grounds for it. I think Cabba felt the ball had come off the defender's boot. What's the time? So we have 14 minutes left of this second half. We've played 31 minutes of it. Off goes Cabba. He pulled his man back. And I think Western Cabba know full well what happened there. 14 minutes left. Town 6, Burnley 4. I think it's fair to say in 20 years of doing this job now, I don't think I've commentated on a game that's been that eventful. Here's Burnley, they're still going. It's a loopy one, and well, he's given a corner. I don't quite rightly know why. There's a few conversations with the referee, but Town are getting on with it by the look of things. Corner taken to the penalty spot. 2 men coming in. Livo is sent straight back to the back post. There's 2 men in there. Burnley trying to put it on a plate. They'll get a corner again if it goes, I suspect. In it comes. Whoa, through everyone. Briscoe to send it straight back in. Deflected to the edge of the area. Alan Poughton trying to get to it. Can't do. This is Little. Clips one in. There's 2 men in there. Flag is up. Man offside when the ball came back in, I suspect. Mr. Danson just making sure that Danny Coyne gets on with it, or trying to anyway. We reckon 12 minutes of play left. Cabba still looking for his hat-trick. Ooh. Town allow the ball to bounce. Well in by Caldicott. Ward sends it back. Livo is out jump. Terry Cook leaves it to Poughton. Briscoe away. Ooh, man was caught a little bit. Not really, probably. Alan Moore on his way. Ward trying to stay with him. The early cross comes in. Very deep. Should be Danny Coyne's, and is. Early clearance by him. Campbell on his way. Burnley obviously having to commit nearly everything now to attack. Campbell still going. Pokes the ball down the line for Cabba's run. Cabba now, no support for him. He's still on his own. Campbell is there with him. Cabba still going, and eventually getting the free kick. Well, what do we do here? Well, Simon Ford says he fancies another one. He's been sent back by Livo, I think. So only Livo and Cabba in the middle. Darren Barnard. Cabba loses out. It should be Beresford's. Hammered away by Briscoe instead. Moore. Taylor. Poughton in to save the ball going forward. Well, Branch. Whoa. That's not going where it's supposed to go, but West will make it easy and get it back himself. Into the last 10 minutes of the second 45. The score is Town 6, Burnley 4. Gallimore is there. Barnard toe ends it off. Wins it back. Ooh, and almost gave it away, but Cook will take it on. Cook, Livo one side, Cabba the other. Gets it on the foot of Cabba. Cabba surely to go for goal here. Not a good ball off. Needed more pace in it. Burnley comes straight back. Sent to the far side by Papadopoulos. Town standing off Burnley completely. And there's man going to go outside. Well, disastrous defending by both sides here, you've got to say that, but if you're an independent, it's great entertainment. Look at this again though, no marking on the man on the far side. Off he goes again. It's still going to break for them. West going forward now. A real chance for them. Little squirting the ball in. It's still there. Town can't get it away. That's a penalty kick. Gallimore was it? And it all came about from bad defending. Barnard in actual fact. All came about from bad defending in the first place. And Barnard upends his man, and this is a chance for Burnley to get right back into this. I'm pretty sure it's a penalty without any question. And the man to take it is Robbie Blake. Blake against Coyne. Well, Blake's still the man. Yes, he makes it 6-5. Good penalty right in the corner. Well, there's no 2-goal lead now. Town are hanging on to 1. Town 6, Burnley 5. Here's Gallimore. Still Tony Gallimore. We reckon 7 minutes of play left. Livingston is offside. Beresford. Caldecott trying to get in, and Caldecott doing very well. Poughton, referee doing his best to get in the way. That is young Ward with the ball away. Burnley throw. Town looking to make a late change, I think. Briscoe blocked by Cabba. Branch up in the air. Caldecott is underneath it. Got the header down straight onto the toe of Poughton. He could do nothing about that. West. Balloons one to the far side. Can it be caught? It can. Barnard is across, and it's a throw in for Burnley. In it comes. There's a knockdown. Got to be away. And that's for us. Branch. There's a flick on, and it's Danny Coyne's ball. We reckon 6 minutes of the game left to play. Livingston got the touch. Cabba now. All the way back to Beresford. Well in by Gallimore. Man offside was Cabba. He couldn't play it, of course. West can. And gets it straight back. Look at this, onto the foot of Blake. Turns into Ford. Great play by young Simon Ford. And a good ball as well. Off we go. Ran into the challenge. Didn't need to. And it comes again. Gallimore is there. Bad header away. And we've given up midfield, and we've given up this left-hand side. In comes the cross. Caldecott only half away. Has to be away now by Cook. Cabba is there on the thigh. seemed to be taken down from behind. Nothing given. Cabba still going. Great play by Cabba. Livingston can't reach it. Into the last 5 minutes. Briscoe. Still Briscoe. Floats one in. We need a call for the man on the far side, but the flag is up. Well, the flag wasn't up, but no, man was pressing down. It was a foul by the Burnley attacker. Four minutes of time left now, we reckon. Danny Coyne's clearance towards Steve Livingston, who got the touch. West. Beresford away. Simon Ford out-jumped. It wasn't off the chest, there's no question about that. It was handball, but that's going to be a Burnley throw very deep in their own half. It has actually been saved from being a throw. Beresford now to Briscoe. Still Briscoe. In it comes once more. Ford is there. It's a looping header. It's not really got any distance on it. This is Moore. Might get it back yet. He does, and there comes a cross to the far post. Seemed to be handball. Nothing given. Going to fall for Moore. Town hammer it away. We're living on a knife edge. Briscoe. Ford. There's a wrestling match on the edge of the area. The flag is up for offside anyway. Coyne taking his time, but Town are really hanging on here. We're into 2 minutes. Or should I say we've got 2 minutes of normal time left to be played out. Well, it looks like there is going to be a change somewhere along the line, either or the fourth. No, I think it's just the fourth official getting ready to acknowledge what's going to be added time. Beresford away. Houghton out, jumped. Here they come again. This is Moore. Still Moore. Caldicott is there. Town to get it away now. Good clearance. Cabba's a man forward. This is Steve Cabba looking to turn and go. Still Steve Cabba. The challenge comes in. There's nobody in midfield to pick it up. Livingston is the first man, and great play by him. Stacey Caldicott now. Cook arrives. Still Cook. Towards Cabba on the edge of the area. Steve Cabba has to send it all the way back to Ward. Ward's ball forward. It isn't a good one. It's given away. Blake, very deep, sends it to the far side. West will pick it up. The fourth official is looking to say that there's going to be 4 minutes of added time. We're into the last minute of normal time. Looped ball, space again given away to Moore. Drives in the cross, headed away. Stacey Caldicott needs to get clearance. Can't do. Weller, now the edge of the area. Blake runs into trouble. Town stand off. In comes Barnard. That ball will stay in play, I think. Barnard now needs to get it up front. Still Barnard. He's hoping to get it down the line. Trying to go backwards. Ends up being bundled over. The referee, whoops, a bit of silliness. That's the last thing we want. The referee's no idea what's going on. This ball has to get away. The referee should have blown the whistle. Briscoe. There was offside in the middle, not spotted by the linesman. Briscoe again. Very deep ball. It's going to be knocked back. Gallimore is there. Gallimore was held back. The referee's losing this game a little bit at the end. Corner's taken quickly. In it comes now. Poughton is there, just got enough on it. This will be Cabba. Lays it off. We reckon that time has now been played up. Cabba goes on a run. Branch comes across. Town throw. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time. We're referee trying to get Town to get on with the game. We're very surprised that Town haven't used another change here. Cook sends Livingston into the corner. Still Steve Livingston, that's a Burnley throw. Back to Beresford. Pressure needs to go on him straight away. And West has got an awful lot of space. Paul Groves sending his men back. In comes Steve Davis with a header. Ford is there, no distance. Loop back in. Ian Ward is up. Can't get anything on it. In actual fact, it was Cook. That was Ward's clearance. Down the line and now out. We reckon 2 minutes of the added 4 have been played. We're halfway through it. Beresford away. 5 men forward, 6 men forward for Burnley. Cook and Ward between them. There's the ball forward. Beresford is the last line of defence. Briscoe. It's just straight backwards and forwards now. Ford is in there. Can't win the header. Knocked away now. This is Alan Moore. Blake, long range for Blake. Caldecott trying to get to him. Still Burnley trying to get forward. Town have to get this ball away. There's the one for Cabba. Cabba now, 1-on-1 just about. Oh, he needs to take it on. He can't stop the pace of it. He's got to keep going. Off he goes now. That's what he's done. And he's taken from behind. One minute of the added 4 to be played. Well, if you're not on the edge of your seats now, you never will be. Oh, off we go into the corner. It's not what I want to see. But it might have to be a means to an end. But Burnley win the ball back. And they get it away now. Oh, we need to get somebody to it. We need to get somebody to this quickly. Alan Moore again. Back inside. Blake picked off. Briscoe to the area. Oh, back inside. It's there. Is it for Ford? He needs to get it away. Cabba, his legs have gone just about. This ball's going to come straight back from Burnley. Caldecott away. The referee looking at his watch now. Have you ever heard a reception like it? Burnley can't believe it. Town can't believe it. But you have a scoreline here of Grimsby Town 6, Burnley 5. Burnley are out and down and out. They can't believe the result. I don't think I've ever seen a game like this. Tremendous entertainment from both sides. Well, if I wasn't grey before, I am now. And a standing ovation from this crowd here, not just for Town, but for Burnley as well. Entertainment of the highest order. And listen to the reception. 6 goals for Town. It was 4-3 at half-time. We still had another 4 goals to come in the second half. Hard to believe.
The match sponsors LE extended airing.
2 goals for Steve Cabba.
To Steve Cabba.
And Steve Cabba gets a man of the match from the sponsors. 2 goals for Steve Cabba. Simon Ford weighed in with 1. Steve Livingston got 1. Campbell got 1. And I'm trying to think of the other goal scorer who... But I'm losing track of my goal scorers now. Alan Poughton, of course, with his penalty kick, wasn't it? Skipper Alan Poughton, who had a tremendous game but tired so badly in the second half, as did the Town side. And Burnley, it was like a boxer almost being knocked out, but they couldn't quite get the finishing touch to it. And it was Town who ran out the winners. Town 6, Burnley 5.